guys. Craziest podcast in the world. Nah, man, we back, man. We back. What's the word, y'all? Oh, man. It took forever, but we back, man. Um, I'm in a crazy place tonight. I'm in a, uh, I don't want to say retrospective. What's the word? I'm in my thoughts, definitely. So we got a lot to talk about tonight. Uh, so sit back, relax, go get your. Well, a lot of you guys are gonna be able to rewind this because a lot of you guys are asleep right now. And being that, the reason why you guys are probably not gonna catch this live is because I'm finding my groove with this whole YouTube thing. I'm finding my whole groove as a journalist, podcaster slash whatever. I'm finding my groove. So I found that doing the stream at this time of night is the best way to do it. Being that I don't have all of the equipment that I want so far, um, this is the ideal time to do it. But I'm sacrificing my sleep, and let's just get into talking about sacrificing for the things you love, man. When you love, I sacrificed my relationship to do this YouTube shit to a certain degree. So nobody could never tell me that I didn't. And I don't want to say I sacrificed. Hey, let me tell you guys something, right? I'm gonna quiet some of the YouTube rumors. Like the reason why things didn't go good for me with a lot of things with YouTube wasn't because of YouTube. It was because of myself. But I didn't have a lot of the knowledge that I have now, and you just got to be invested in certain things. And when I say I lost my relationship because of YouTube, it's not necessarily because of YouTube. But hey, listen, you got to figure out what you want in life, and if the things you can't live with, I love what I do, and I'm making a lot of steps. I'm getting equipment, and I'm making a lot of steps until I will be paid as a YouTuber. But it's not all about the pay for me. I'm just an artist and a creator also, but you do need money, sad to say. Um, so we getting that rectified. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, you gotta have knowledge about issues, and um, you gotta sacrifice a lot, and not sacrifice a lot. So we got a good show. We got a good show tonight, man. Well, I won't say we have a good show tonight. I think we have a good show. This is a shout out to. I want to give a couple shout outs. Shout out to the Maverick Approach. I love what they doing over there. I love those guys. I love what they doing over there, man. Like, I'm very versatile or ambidextrous when it comes to just my different likes in life, and it's so much. I don't like to curse. It's so much bullshit on TV and the internet and everything. It's so much crap. It's so much crap. But then I say, I'm very perspective. Also, I have a different perspective. The things that's crap to me, what's garbage to you, could be treasure to somebody else. But like I said, shout out to Maverick and that whole cast. I'm trying to remember everybody's name. Shout out to Maverick. Um, Shane, and the middle brother. I'm sorry. I don't got your name, brother. But you know what I'm talking about. It's three brothers. Shout out to Shane, Maverick, and the middle brother. The Maverick Approach. Go check them out. Like, comment, and subscribe. We. I feel like, let me tell you, YouTube is growing every day, and I don't want to just say YouTube. A lot of these platforms are, but let's just use YouTube as an example because we're here. There's so many good content creators out there that it's enough room for everybody. It's enough room. You see, this is the reason why I tell people to give YouTube some slack, is because they make it where everybody can everybody can um everybody can bring this stuff out and make money, and they're growing, and a lot of artists are growing, and I'm doing my due diligence, so I can make some money too and grow. you know And but a lot of times is what you learn from things and the time you put in. Um, I don't want to make this. I don't want this ain't the YouTube coaching class, and I can't coach nobody on YouTube. So let's just move change the topic. But basically, what I was trying to articulate was put hard work in, and whatever you want, man, you gotta go get it. You might have to sacrifice some shit. It's sad to say that though. And maybe it's not, or maybe it's not a sacrifice. Like maybe it's not a sacrifice, bro. Uh, Me though, I know I'm a dog when it comes to the things I want, bro, to a certain degree. Or maybe I'm becoming a dog. Like I'm trying to go get it, and I love being a journalist. I love what I do. I love doing the show. Um, and if you don't, life is too short. I just can't do nothing I don't want to do, bro. And that's probably why I'm so unsuccessful in life. That's maybe that's why. But if I'm doing something, I want to do it. And if you here watching this right now, or you the people that's gonna eventually listen to this, I'm where I want to be, and doing this show is where I want to be. So it's what I love. Um. So back to saying, shout out to the wonderful people at YouTube for keeping the lights on. Shout out to 16 Shot and Visuals. Shout out to X-Men Rico. Shout out to the Maverick Approach and that whole cast over there. We're gonna get into the show right now. Uh, so man, I spent 6 minutes talking about YouTube on a podcast made for hip hop. Mm. But I ain't talking about YouTube. Let me tell y'all, right? I do the show, I do the podcast, and I do YouTube because you hear me talk about money a lot, but I do it for a lot of reasons other than money. It keeps me very level headed, and I find that with me having to unfortunately always do some shit for YouTube and my podcast, that sprinkles off into me being on top of my life better. And then maybe that's just me though, like because I always have to do. I really work around the clock, and that that work ethic splashes off into my life, my other parts of my life, and I think it splashes off for the good to a certain degree, you know. So shout out to, that's another reason why I do the YouTube thing also, because you always have when you do YouTube, you one thing I'll say, if you're a serious YouTuber like I am, and you trying to do 1,000 things, you will be busy though. You will be busy. I ain't gonna lie to you about that. I would, but if I didn't have YouTube in my life, I probably would be maybe a little bit more bored than I already am. But one thing I will say is whether you're making money from YouTube or not, it's definitely gonna be working. It won't be a dull thing. Like we tried to get the show going. We tried to get the show going for a long time, boy. But I be having to like it's a lot going on behind the scenes. Let me tell you, man. We trying to get. We don't have soundproof, so we have to do. We don't have soundproofing walls right now, so this is the best time to do the show. I mean, we find we whenever you do something for a long amount of time, you find. I feel like it's a journey. You find yourself, man. So, what we talking about on the show today? Uh, I'm making a show about me. We talking Dirk case. We talking the hypocrisy slash hip hop mysteries. We gonna get deep today, and we talking. And when I say hip hop mysteries, we basically talking Dirk Dirk case, Jay Z beef, THF THF Young Money uh, conflict. What else? What's another polarizing story in hip hop right now? Well, we're already at 9 minutes, so I don't want to. I think we're just gonna go with those. Oh, and we're gonna talk a little bit of. We're gonna do what we did last. We're gonna do what we did last episode. We're gonna go into a little bit of no jumper iceberg. Always fun to liven the mood. It's always fun. The level of niggatry displayed on that show. Um, level of cooning, Um, yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of no jumper iceberg and react to some no jumper. Uh, so it's 10 minutes in. Let's get it in, man. All right. Our first topic. What's the first topic? Oh man, Dirk, Dirky, yo, Dirk. So yeah, man. It's been a lot of new evidence coming out. Where's my phone at? Let's put this. It's been a lot of new evidence about my boy Dirk, and I don't know. I got strike. I got strike the last on the last. Well, not strike. I don't know if it's a strike, but I got I got a copyright something. I got a copyright for something. I got a copyright for. I didn't even see what I got the copyright for. I don't even. I didn't look this time. I kept. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look it up more tomorrow. I tried to look for it and I couldn't find it. It didn't come up. I looked at my emails. I looked on the YouTube. I looked on everything. It just says copyright, but it didn't say why. Me, I'm thinking it's for music. I think I made a mistake and played. Sometimes when you're doing these streams, or sometimes when I'm doing the stream, should I say, I'll press something, and if if you're not by your PC or your phone and you let the music play for a certain amount of time, that's one thing YouTube is not light on, and the one thing which is not just YouTube, no platform is light on this, and even I know this. The music, they don't play around with the music. So matter of fact, let's talk about the music for 1 second. Oh, okay. We said, oh yeah, we're gonna talk about. Let me. I need to write this down. Let me write it down because if I don't, I'm gonna forget what thing we're supposed to talk about on the show. I usually have it written down, but I fell asleep when I was supposed to be. I was supposed to be doing some thumbnails and shorts and a few things. And I had a long day, bro. And I got home and before I could even start doing stuff. Let's maybe we can write it. I don't want to keep taking my pens. I just want to write down. I usually have all this stuff written down already. I usually have it written down already. We already. I actually started a lot of this. Oh no, shit. Sorry, y'all. I mean, curse. All right, so yeah, so we're gonna write down all the topics for the show since we didn't get a chance to do it, and just bear with me for 1 second, y'all. Bear with me for 1 second, even though nobody's even here at the moment, but I can't even tell when y'all hear it or not. But y'all eventually gonna see this tomorrow sometime. So shout out to y'all. Dirk. Uh, all right, just give me 1 second, y'all. All right. I forgot. I don't know why I keep forgetting. A lot of this episode I wanted to be was about like the hypocrisy of hip hop. The hypocrisy in hip hop. I really want to get to this Drake, DJ Academics, Rock Nation thing that's going on, and it's definitely intriguing. And we're gonna get into that Rock Nation. All right, I just want to write down the topics because once I start talking, when we get deep and we start I'll forget everything. So all right, let's put this to the side. I got my topics here. We're in our professional game. Um, yeah, man. It took a lot. It took a lot to get to do this episode today, bro. But we finally got here, man. We finally got here, bro. Shout out to Cup Boys, man. This was 4 months ago. After that copyright strike, I don't know. I don't even know what to do. I hope it wasn't Trench's news. I listened to. I reacted to one of his clips. It wasn't even a clip. It was. It was a little bit. Maybe it was a clip, but you never know with him. I try not to use none of these guys' stuff if I can help it no more, bro. But what kills me about some people is this is YouTube, bro. Like I don't want to even get into it. People is weirdos, man. I mean, I be doing the same thing everybody else doing, and I get in trouble. I don't understand that shit, bro. This 4 months ago, 8 months ago. Uh, I don't want to keep giving you guys the same information, and feel like everybody heard the same thing, man. Man. All right, man. Let's get into it, man. Wait a minute. Oh man, I only got the camera. The camera too. And I've been going through tri-stand problems, man. This damn girl bought the wrong tri-stand. I've been going through it ever since. G, you gotta do shit yourself, bro. If you don't do it yourself, it won't get done right, bro. Yeah, man, Durkee. So you know what? I ain't gonna go into the Cuff Boys, nothing like that. We just kind of kicking it tonight, a little something, something. Listen, man. Listen, bro. Dirk is looking bad for Dirk, bro. I'm gonna just break down my thoughts on the case. We ain't getting into too much facts and seeing facts and shit tonight. We just kicking it tonight. We just kicking it. We kicking it. You know, I got my topics ready, got my blunts rolled, but we not really we doing the show, but we cooling tonight. We not really. I'm on my journalist shit, but I'm on my kicking it shit tonight too. We just kicking it, bro. We just kicking it. We chilling. We bowling. We cooling. You know, we just kicking it. We just relaxing tonight, really. So let's get into this Dirk situation, man. Dirk, yo, man. I had a long time to think about this, bro, and I got a video I want to do about this situation. So I don't want to. I don't really want to be too redundant and say the same shit from the video that I'm saying now. But uh, the way this YouTube been going for me, a lot of y'all probably won't see it anyway. So let's just get into it, man. Dirk, I keep pausing because I keep pausing because I got to be a journalist. I got to be real with you guys, and I got to be non-biased. And unfortunately, I had a long time not just to think about this show. I had a long time to just think about just being. I don't want to say just being a human, but I had a long time just to think about like, bro, we see we see people in a certain type of light, whether good or bad, and once we see them in that light, there's nothing you can really do. Um, Dirk got. I'm disappointed in Dirk, and I'm gonna tell you why. I didn't want to say this, but I got to. Dirk gave these haters and these hating ass niggas the ammunition that they been wanting. And let me tell you, man, people been hating on Dirk for a while now, and I'm glad we talking about this, and I'm glad. Preparation is everything, bro. And this stream might not go up. I don't care if it go up. I don't care if it go down. But I'm gonna tell you this, bro. We was prepared. You feel me? We was prepared. We might have fell asleep and we started the stream a little late, but I was prepared already. Like I said, like the best streams I have is the streams where I don't just do them fast. I have the time to really think about the stream, and you know like I said, I wanted to put this particular stream out maybe 2 days ago, but we started just adding things to the stream, and so here we are. We got a lot of topics tonight. That's one of the good things about not just jumping to do so much certain lives every day, because I definitely don't want to be talking about bullshit. Yeah, I know how I feel about that. Like I don't want to waste my time. And I don't want to waste y'all's time. That's what I don't want to do. We're not here just to see if we can run the clock up, or we here to really get to it. Um, um, we here to dissect and analyze serious and sensitive topics alike, and see what comes of that, you know, and move on from there. So with that being said, right, Dirk, Dirk started out. Okay, we don't want to make the Dirk life story. What I will say is, based off, we've been talking a lot about the Dirk case since the podcast has came out, and that's because the podcast really came out when the podcast came out during this whole debacle. So I was surprised. Not just I wasn't just surprised that the case. I was surprised that, well, anybody who's been following the whole history of Dirk, he been talking about going to the feds his whole career, bro. Um, where there's okay, I, I think I'm gonna name the title of this show "The Hypocrisy of Hip Hop," or maybe not, but I'm gonna say this: when it comes to hip hop and street violence, or when it comes to hip hop's in the streets, where does it start and where does it end? Where does it start and where does it end? And I think with Dirk, we're gonna leave it at that because let me tell you, right? And this is what I was saying, right? People like let's give a shout out to DJ Academics. I've seen a lot of dudes talking shit about DJ Academics, but then you see a lot of these drill podcasters doing a lot of shit that's not street, but they claim they from the streets. Now Swipe, we can't really put him in there because ever since he did the rat shit, he used the I don't have a problem with strike. I don't have a problem with nobody, bro. But I'm gonna call a spade a spade. And on MDO podcast, we gonna call it how it is. If it's any place, if it's any podcast, or if it's any place where we gonna call it what it is, or we gonna try to, we can't get to it the first time is here. So Trench's News, he used his street card when he want to, and he used his snitch card when he want to. And I don't care about that. I don't care whichever way it goes. But what I'm basically trying to say is, you know, a lot of these dudes is talking about Smirk and the things he's doing, but they're using the word alleged with it. Like, don't use the word alleged. Like, it is what it is. If you're gonna talk about it, you talking about it. But if you talking about it and you claim you're a street nigga, that's out the window. Don't use alleged. Like once you know. So Swipe, he kind of leading into once Swipe started going hard, he started saying, "Oh, you know, could join the club and all this shit." And like I said, it's content creation, so you could choose on you could choose how you use you could choose how you use your how you front your move, how you go about doing your play. You know, um, I seen a lot of other drill podcasts talking about the Smirk case, and like I said, this ain't the case. I mean, like I said, if you trying to do YouTube, you can't. You ain't. If you trying to do YouTube to a certain degree, I don't know how street you're gonna be able to keep it because even talking about it at all, that's gonna take away your street card if that's the angle you're coming at. And what I'm basically trying to articulate is, I seen a lot of dudes who was saying they were street, saying, oh, Dirk is guilty because of this and Dirk is guilty because of that. Like, and that's it just a lot of shit is just weird. Like, but then you hear them say allegedly, like, you nigga, you didn't say all of that, you didn't say all of that you said about Dirk and how you seen allegedly. That don't even matter at this point. Like, you know, um, do I think he could beat the case? I don't know yet. It's looking bad, bro. But what I will say is, I'm surprised that the, I'm surprised that the I'm surprised that the route that the feds have taken in these last couple of years, as far as pertaining to rappers or pertaining to, I feel like they really, I don't know what the agenda is, but a lot of the feds going after celebrities. I don't know what that's about. I would think that the way the world is, that this you the law enforcement going after our musicians and celebrities. That's shocking to me, bro. But maybe it shouldn't be shocking to me when we have a former celebrity, a TV celebrity is our president. So I don't think nothing should be too shocking. But as far as Dirk, what Dirk messed up is Dirk, man. That switching block shit. Not just saying switching blocks. I could go real deep into it, but I feel like if I go real deep, pause. If I go real deep into the Dirk situation, that'll be the whole show. But we here now. We gonna talk about it. Cause I'll mess around and just scrap a show and make it about Dirk if I have to, and just do another show. I can do what I want. But anyway, so we're gonna keep talking about the whole Dirk situation for now. Man, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna make sure I don't be redundant and tell y'all shit y'all already know. So let's just get to the facts of where we at right now with the case. It looked like they gonna try to. What Dirk messed up was. What Dirk messed up so far, what I think they got him really messed up at, is the $1 million worth of game. It's one of the dudes they did. One of the dudes they just wrapped up. He's on the $1 million worth of game podcast, and he in Dirk video shoot. So they're definitely gonna go with the. I'm surprised that I'm surprised no matter what angle they go at, they use so many different angles. They use so many different angles to I feel like they use so many different angles and so many different criminal complaints to finally get Dirk snagged up a little bit. Like first they came with the paid money for hire. It was money for hire. That was the first case. Then it was use the rap lyrics. Then they did this. Then they did that. It was a lot of and that's the one part about that's the one part about the case I understand. Like how the prosecution could just keep switching their defense, and then they switch. I felt like they switched their defense until they found a defense that they think could have stuck, which is wow. Which is I felt like they came into this case with one charge and they just started adding. They just said, what? Now that we got them, we gonna add it. We gonna find something to make something stick. And this shit should have been planned. If Dirk had anything to do with this shit, it struck. All right, boom. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, bro. I don't even got time to play with y'all because I could die tomorrow. I don't got time to play with none of y'all. Nigga, I would have got them killers. I would have got them killers from LA, man. Period. I wouldn't even had a lot of man. Niggas should have moved different, bro. Niggas should have, Dirk didn't have real people around him, and it shows that. And that's scary though because the dude got 40. You got $44 million around you. You got $40 million around you. You can't find nobody real around you but your girl. That's how it be though. Niggas is fake, bro. Like niggas is hoes. And I don't mean just the industry dudes or some of these YouTube niggas. I mean just niggas is hoes and niggas be hoe ass niggas. Period. Like that's why a lot of things be going on the way it do. Like let's analyze a little bit how this even started, right? So one of the main reasons why Duke is in, I mean, why Dirk is in jail is because of Muna Duke and Obla. They one of the main reasons, and I'm gonna tell you why. They're not the only reason, but they one of the main reasons because if man, let me tell you something. This was on my last channel. Y'all ain't never gonna see this because y'all don't know about my last channel. Vaughn never stood a chance, and Vaughn never had nobody. Vaughn never really stood a chance, bro. And I think just the way O'Block have handled his death proves that. I gotta stop looking at. I gotta stop looking at the. So, Lil Durk paid. Allegedly. Lil Durk. This is what the Feds saying in they documents that Lil Durk paid Muna Duke and O Block to go handle the whole Quando Rondo situation. And they took the money, but they never did the hit. And that was one of the main domino. That's I think that's what one of the that's what made the dominoes fall for Little Dirk a little bit. That's when the floodgates started opening because I feel like there was a time that he was going at his ops or whatever, but then what kind of messed Little Dirk up once he started going at his own people, even if it was no fault to his own, it was just like, all right, all gloves are off, and Little Dirk just tasted blood, bro. Allegedly, if that was the case, he just tasted blood, and I'm gonna do a story on the whole Moon and Duke situation. We're gonna do a whole live on the Moon and Duke situation, bro. But we gonna still talk about it now though. Like, if Moon and Duke would have did what he was supposed to do, Dirk wouldn't even be in this jam. And you gotta think about it from Dirk perspective. Like, Dirk probably saying y'all's from O Block. Like, y'all actually from O Block. So y'all should really I shouldn't even have to pay y'all, but I'ma pay y'all. But I done paid y'all. I done paid y'all to go slide for Vaughn, which is y'all homie and y'all big homie at that. You with my sister and you letting in on top of everything, and you ain't even go do what I wanted you to do. It was a lot. It was, like I said, there was a lot going on. From the I'm talking about as far as the fallout between Dirk and Mona Duke and shit. I ain't gonna lie. Dirk handled the. Listen, he shouldn't have got caught. But as far as if Dirk got Mona Duke out the way, I'm not even bad though, because at the end of the day, nigga, it looked like Duke was hating on Vaughn a little bit. It looked like Vaughn was going and Mona Duke was like, fuck it. You know? That's how it come off. And if you wasn't gonna slide, you should definitely not took the money. Hey, listen, if y'all don't believe me, it was a brief time where you seen all the old block wearing on Mary's. You seen all the old block game. You seen all the old block with the stacks of bread. Remember that little brief time? Oh man, I keep stepping on the same shit. Damn, hold on. I gotta move this shit. Like, oh man, I'm about to mess the whole stream up, bro. Cause one little goofy ass shit, bro. I'm about to mess the whole stream up, G. Damn. Let's move this right. Let's turn this all the way backwards. Oh man. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, okay. We gotta make sure we gotta clean this little floor up a little bit better than this. So we don't have no mishaps. Alright, so yeah, as far as Dirk, one of the Dirk downfalls was Mona Duke not delivering on doing that hit, and Dirk having to basically come do shit himself. Now, allegedly. Um, I want to see about it now. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I feel like we already halfway in the show. We're gonna get to other topics because if we keep going, I'm gonna go 2 hours talking about the show. I mean, talking about the whole Moon and Duke Dirk situation. So I guess the Moon and Duke Dirk situation we'll probably come back to that on another stream. But we're about to get into the hold on, let me look at my paper. But yeah, man, if Moon and Duke would have just if Moon and Duke would have just took the hit and did what he had to do, Dirk wouldn't even be in his gym. So I was saying the second we was talking about the Drake, Jay Z, Rock Nation. All right, let's get to something else real quick, man. We've been all over the place. We've been all over the place this episode. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm trying to think how much of that. Oh yeah, man. That's here. Kudos to Chicago Scene '88, man. I wanted to maybe react. I don't know if I wanted to maybe react to. They got a new. They got a new. I don't know if I finished the one I was watching with Bezu, but it was real good, man. I don't know if I finished it, but I think I was at the end. I think I was at the end of it. You know, they got a new one with 051 Woo. I don't know if I seen that one. This is 4 months ago, and I didn't watch it tonight. Might watch a little bit of this, man.
6 months, 2 times a year for HIV prevention. That's 1-2.
Fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.
That shit got me scared to even. Now, I don't even know. Before I even watch this, man, this is a reactionary podcast where we react to everything in the culture. So, don't strike me, please. Like I said that last episode, and I still caught problems. It's making me not even wanna watch it, man. See, see. Uh, yeah. This whole DJ academics and this whole, see, we're going. Yeah, see, the secret phone call. Oh, yeah, I'm really intrigued about this story right here. I'm real intrigued, bro. Yeah. Shout out to academics. He wanted to go to this thing too. I'm real intrigued about the story and um basically it seemed like Drake. I mean, it seemed like this whole war with Charlemagne, Jay Z, Drake, and Nicki, it won't stop, man. Just getting started. So I think this might be it right now. All right.
Y'all giving up hope on Tape K? I'm hearing there's some good news, chat. Good news coming for Tape K.
Oh yeah, shout out TK gonna be free soon. I seen that already. I'm not getting into all that.
Unorthodox today because this just came down and came to my attention. Why?
All right, so before you even say anything, like the reason why this story was intriguing to me and why I really wanted to check it out, I'm trying to figure out how deep is this Jay-Z Drake beef gonna really go, and what's really to it, like what's like how like not how far it's gonna go, but we know Jay-Z stopped Lil Wayne from doing the Super Bowl. We know Jay-Z sent Kendrick Lamar goofy ass on a dummy mission to crash out and beef with Drake. We know so far that maybe Jay-Z might be behind the scenes running plays. And I'm just trying to get a clear reason on why. Like not why, but it was sort of a what's the word? After the situation with so many people trying to expose Diddy and Jay-Z, it's sort of been like a not a veil but sort of a mask taken off of hip hop as of recent in the last I want to say year or so. That's another reason why I titled this stream like the hypocrisy of hip hop. And with that being said, there's been like a secret war, not a secret war, but there's been like a war. Oh, excuse me. There's been like a war being fought. There's like a war that has been being fought in this whole hip hop game, and right now it would seem as if more than ever sides are definitely being chosen. And when you watch the stream from Act, you'll get a little bit of idea what I'm talking about as far as sides are being chosen and where's Jay-Z. I don't want to say where's Jay-Z going with this, but I'm trying to and we're gonna come back to this because we're already almost at the end of the show. We still have it covered. We still have one, two. We got two more topics, I think. we got one or two more topics. So but this, like I said, anything with mystery, anything that's like kind of conspiracy esque, always, you know, gets the little kid to come out of me a little bit. Like I always, jump to that to see what's going on with that. And this so far, this has been I don't know where this is going. Now I don't necessarily it's going street, but it's going somewhere, and it could go street. But I'm gonna play the clip. I'm gonna play it, and then we'll talk more about it before we go, and cover one more topic when we get out of here. What the hell? What's going on here?
All right, shout out to Duty Low. That was Duty Low. He said, tell live. I said free schmirk. They said, oh, you live? All right, we'll do this, when you're not live.
Free smirk, free
shout
voice.
to Smirk, shout to Duty Low. My prayers go out to Dirk, the entire OTF family. I think we're getting down to the finish line, and we're hoping that the things that are being accused of Dirk are fallacies, are just not true, right? And we're hoping that he could return to society and return to making music, as an innocent man, right? We'll see. I'll tap in with Remind me, I gotta tap in with Duty Low after stream. Okay, so let me just kind of do the lead up again. Yeah, so you guys have probably seen what's going on. There's not much really to explain. But Charlemagne responded to a bunch of stuff today, and I was kind of listening to it halfway before I had to get on stream, so I'm going to listen to it with y'all. And I'm going to listen to exactly what he said. Obviously, if you don't know the story, Charlemagne reached out to me about, it feels like a week now, and he told me that, hey, listen, there is these documents or information about people associated with you, about by politicians and all this other stuff, and yes, they have you involved because you're also academics, right? It mentioned Drake and other people, and I was a little bit confused what it was about. There was information that there was people that I associate with, whether it's Grand Wizard or other people that I kind of consider as the team, that made sense from, and I told you guys this months ago that some people that are affiliated with me were getting harassed. People showed up to their houses there was a lot of weird stuff going on. Now, to be honest, and we're gonna get into what Charlamagne said, but he tried to give me he said he was giving me a heads up, and let me tell you this: if it's anything gonna be my downfall, chat, it's gonna be my loyalty. I'm a loyal nigga. Y'all know I'm a loyal nigga. I'm not no snake. I'm not the guy to flip flop on people. Y'all can see even with the Drake situation, right? I'm just not like that. The point is this: I take it personal. It doesn't seem like, because everybody know where I live at. Everybody know what I got going on. I haven't been harassed necessarily, other than the Meg Thee Stallion stuff, which I definitely know is Rock Nation. I haven't really been harassed otherwise about some other shit, whether it's about state. I haven't been harassed about none of that, or bot. Come on, who the fuck is gonna, I talk every day online, no one harassed. But my team has been harassed. And as I said, loyalty is a thing that I'm very big on. So I rock with my niggas. So I don't take it light. I don't like the fact that people are showing up to the houses of people. I just don't like it. And whether, I'm gonna be honest with you, my loyalty goes so far, I'd rather they would have showed up to my house. Because I'm a public figure, I kind of own everything. And
from
no, I just caught that. Hold
when
on.
we found this Century home, I literally screamed to my realtor.
Now, let's pause for a minute. This is why I was saying that it could go to the streets. I didn't want to. I'm not gonna sit here and give y'all like a lollipop fairy tale type of situation. It could go to the streets. When you talk about showing up in front of people's houses, this is why I said, right? This is why I said, and I forgot a little bit. I look at a lot of stories and I try to see what story that I could bring to you guys. That unfortunately, since I don't get paid from YouTube, I can't just give y'all a story that was gonna make you guys jump up. I can't do nothing. I can't do stories that I don't want to do, and I won't do no bullshit stories. But especially if I'm not getting paid for this, I'm not gonna do stories that's bullshit. So I'm trying to choose stories to talk about that's, you know, that means something, that's about the culture, and that's not just fluff and a bunch of coon bullshit. So with that being said, like I said, I thought the story was real ominous and mysterious, and it threw me for a loop. I was about to go out this morning, and the story kind of threw me back because I'm like, wait, no, I was coming. I just got back home. I just got back home, and then when he was saying people showed up in front of my house, I started thinking about the Diddy situation a little bit because, okay, right, funny hip hop is a funny freaking business. Hip hop is a funny business, and I'm glad that I'm on YouTube, where, you know, I can dodge some of the hip hoppy things to a certain degree. But what I mean is, just like I said, the hypocrisy of hip hop. Like, we want. Oh man, I'm going left field a little bit, but I have to. We want our rappers to be as real as King Von, as artistic as like childish Gambino, as rich as Jay Z, but that's not realistic. We want something that, and I say this because I say this because it's so the hip hop is so much money in the image of hip hop as an artist. Um, Hip hop is so final, which I hate. I hate because the hip hop also is like an extension of the black community, and that I hate that only because, and like I said, in rock and roll, Bruce Stinger, Bruce, what's his name? Um, any of them, like I said, any of the rock and roller guys, doesn't matter. Any of the rock and roller guys could come out at 67 years old, and they can drop an album, and people will gravitate to it, and it won't be nothing. But in the rap community, it's an age limit on it. Now, you could say no. You could say I don't want to use that so much as an argument, is because only because, you know, people's personal platforms do so well now. And if you wanna, if there ever was an age where you want to cater just to the person that you directly support and directly want to see, this is that age. So I don't want to say that. Um, but what I will say is, once dudes start showing up to your house and harassing you, it was more. It's more to this. Now, also Jay Z came out with a little. Jay Z has been very vocal this year also, and that put my antennas up as a journalist, because Jay Z always been like mysterious, ominous in the background also. So I had to stretch. I'm sorry. I had to stretch, y'all. Oh man, man. So just when I thought just when I thought this little secret uh war of the Titans was over, it's not over, man. And strangely, there's a lot going on in the background. Like I said, sides being chosen. That's a lot going on in the background. Now we find out people houses are getting showed up to, and this is starting to be deeper than the rap. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm wrong. I can't even tell you. The only reason why my goofy ass chose this story is because, like I said, we're gonna play the clip more. Like I said, it's a lot going on behind the scenes, and I'm trying to do it. Like, how do you say it? You ever watched a movie with a reporter? He gets some information, and then he just can't stop uh, investigating the story. Well, that's how I am right now with this story. Before we get to the next one, because this one right here, I'm like, I know something's going on behind the scenes, and I know it's so many pieces moving right now. There's so much going on behind the scenes, as far as like, remember, we got the Drake. Like I said, Jay Z's been sending a lot of missiles, bro. Jay Z is really on his Godfather. Uh, it's the Galactic War Empire. It's a war right now, bro. It's a war in hip hop right now, and Jay Z is like the 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 how you say it? What's the guy from Star Wars? He was the secret, the Dark Chancellor. He was like the guy behind everything. Jay Z's the guy behind everything right now, and I don't know who's the good guy and bad guys, but um, I guess it depends which perspective you want to look at it from. But hey, like I said, it's a lot going on right now in hip hop, and sides are being chosen. Hey, bro, hip hop is so much like Game of Thrones. It's not even funny, bro. But it's just the broke, dirty version of Game of Thrones. That's the sad part, bro. But it's getting very interesting. This is getting very interesting. Sides are being chosen, and yeah, bro. So far we got and let me tell you, bro. So this the world is so segregated, and I don't mean race. We're not talking racism. I mean the world is so. I guess maybe because of the vastism, but the world is so vast and so much that everything is segregated. Like in sides must be chosen, and this has to be there, and that has to be there. You get what I'm saying? Like, so you got and this a lot of what Act is going through right now. They're telling Act you have to pick a side. You won't see. This is the bad part about being black, and this is the bad part about the black culture that I will not participate in. Right, and this is what Act is going through right now. But the only difference is he has a lot of money, but his money won't save him. Act has been blessed enough to be a journalist, be what he truly is, a journalist, be what I want to be as a journalist. But when you have black skin, you can't do that. When you have black skin, you can't do that. Now listen, right? Let me tell you why. When Act took that chain from Drake, I knew it was gonna be how you say it, man. I gotta be long winded. I'm sorry because this is real. If you're into hip hop, like I said, this is a drill podcast, but this is also a hip hop podcast too. We're not gonna, we're not gonna ostracize no genre because I love all the genres. So even though it's a drill podcast, this is also a hip hop podcast. So if you want to hear real hip hop issues and real things going on in hip hop, this is the place to be. This is not just about drill, and this is bigger than anything. So this is to me one of the biggest stories in hip hop. I'm sorry. I guess it depends on how you look at it. I love all of it though. But anyway, so sides are being chosen secretly and publicly, and DJ Academics has had the privilege of being a black journalist in hip hop that was able to interview both sides, to give you an unbiased opinion on both sides. And as of now, what I was hoping wouldn't happen after Drake publicly finally, acknowledged Act and embraced him, I felt like that was a huge moment for the culture. But I said in the back of my mind when that happened, there's gonna be a few people that's not gonna be happy about this. There's gonna be a few people that's gonna. It might be. I don't want to say it was a nail in the coffin. I want to say it was the nail in the coffin for Act as far as his versatility and being able to deal with all parties. Now, what I will say is that any party that's kind of going against him now is a party that is to me the reason why I'm still doing the podcast to protect. Well, number one, to protect the sanctity and to protect the purity of hip hop and the purity of YouTube. But also, we have to have some people and in everybody's story out there the good guy, right? But I watch hip hop be born a little bit. I watched. I won't say I want to watch. I watched YouTube and hip hop be born, but I'm just not gonna let. I'm not gonna let these people destroy YouTube and destroy hip hop. I'm not. And Academics is one of the people like me that's trying to stop these people also. Now, when I say these people, I want to say these people are people that don't care about anything besides their pockets being laced with money. They destroy all genres of art. You don't, as long as, like, maybe if YouTube, I don't want to say YouTube because um, I want to say, if anything, YouTube is a victim in all of this right now. A lot of these people whose careers are failing, when a lot of these celebrities' careers fail, they run to YouTube and then they try to come here and destroy, a place that was pure, and that has, you know uh, a way of doing things already. But people try to come here and buy views and buy bots and do this and do that and spin false narratives. And um when you seen, well, it's funny that Ack and Nicki Minaj is together now. But if you follow the hip hop game and this whole big roller coaster, you was seeing people try to give academics a cease and desist letters at one point in time, which they wasn't able to do because academics didn't work for you for a record label. He only had his platform, which was with YouTube. And one thing for thank God, YouTube. I don't think YouTube cares about YouTube don't care about Nicki Minaj, and YouTube don't care about a single entity, because YouTube might make more money than I'm pretty sure YouTube makes more money than a lot of these people. So what I mean to say is, Nicki Minaj can't bully the people on YouTube. I think if anything, Nicki Minaj would probably call them and try to. If anything, maybe Nicki Minaj wouldn't even try to do anything. Let's be real. And I'm not bashing Nicki Minaj right now. I'm not bashing Nicki Minaj. I'm just talking to you guys about the business right now. And I'm being 100% real. I'm sorry if that's coming. I don't want it to come off as being mean or me picking on anybody. That's not. What I mean to say is, even though it would seem as if at the current time, as far as choosing sides in this hip hop war, it's the ironic part, the hypocrisy, is that Nicki Minaj hated DJ Academics, but now they're on the same side, allegedly. Um, so wait, let's play more of this clip. I'm just looking at your.
I got put on game about, these whatever type of inquiry or whatever that, Charlamagne was privy to. And of course, I put the team on game, like, yo, this is what I'm hearing is out there. They got that there was some stuff out there, people are taking pictures of them. Apparently, it's not only just them, right? It also extends to rappers and other stuff like that. Now, Charlamagne didn't tell me about, like, Nicki or nothing like that. What I've heard is that these inquiries have targeted associates and affiliates of anybody Drake, anybody Nicki, anybody Aiden Ross, and anybody Academics. Okay? So, I'm just not the guy who's gonna like sit in the background. Like, no, I'm gonna get online and I'm gonna blow the lid open. To be very clear, and I've said this before, my associates and my people, I go to war for them just like I know they would go to war for me. Okay? And what I mean by that is I don't necessarily have an issue with Charlamagne. But here's the thing. If people are creating documents about people that are close to me, that I care about, that is falling in his hands, I appreciate he gave me the heads up. But I'm going to be honest, and you'll hear this conversation. I think he gave me the heads up to say, Act, don't trust the people around you. Well, here's a newsflash. I trust the niggas around me more than I trust the rest of the media. You get what I'm saying? So, the heads up from Charlamagne was kind of like, hey, I hear some of these guys you might know. Like, you're going to hear him say that Grand Wizard is fucking cooperating with them. Hey, I don't know what. And it's like, yo, they're blaming it on you and Drake. And I'm like, blame what? And here's my point. First of all, and I've said this blankly a million times. I told you, listen, whatever y'all see of me, the only time my downfall is gonna come from somebody in the inner circle. I've only ever gotten in trouble by somebody I trusted that maybe shouldn't have. So maybe that's what happens. I don't know, but I'm always loyal to my people. And the point is this: nobody's done anything wrong. But the point is this: Charlemagne's warning to me felt like it was to make me distrustful of people around me. I'm not distrustful of them. I rock 10 toes with Grant. You get what I'm saying? So this was my response. I basically said, yo, listen, man, I don't like the fact that my people are getting harassed. I'm trying to figure out where the source is, because I feel like this is connected to a bigger thing. This is people put some money behind this. Now, Charlamagne didn't really tell me where it came from. He just said he got it somehow. Then I hear some other guy named Jeremy got it. Then I hear some other people got it. But it's nobody we're friendly with. So at a certain point, and of course I told everything to Grant. At a certain point, I have to just be realistic. If niggas got the low, alright, say niggas got the drop on, they got my low, and they're comfortable with sending it to Charlamagne. Either Charlamagne is cool with the niggas who really don't like me, or Charlamagne know the niggas some way, somehow. So that's been my thing. I had to tell my team to respond however they needed to respond, because I need to figure out one reason. Who is targeting my people? Who? Charlamagne claims he doesn't know. Well, it's confusing to me. How don't you know, but these people are comfortable with sharing the info with you? Why would they share the info with you? But you don't know. It's confused. Do you get what I'm saying? If you got the drop on somebody, right? Like, put it like this. If y'all want me to get really direct, I'll get all the way direct. No, actually, I'm not just going to get direct. Because, if anybody has known academics history when it comes to media, this is why when y'all be saying, like, I could be beefing with Joe or Charlamagne, it's, like, laughable. Like, it's laughable to me because there's been moments where niggas saw me as the incumbent and Joe and Charlamagne, like, riding high. And their biggest ops, whether it's a baby mama, whether it's an accuser, they came to me with it to say, hey, this is how you become number one. Cut the head off of... This is facts. You could ask Joe, you could ask Charlamagne. You know what I did every time? I went to Joe, I went to Charlamagne. I said, bro, I want nothing with this. I love you. Listen, and by the way, for the people might be like, oh, I'm protecting people. No, but I don't fight like that. I don't want to fight with, oh, let me try to get ahead by trying to cut you down at the moment that your biggest op want to come through. Nah, I want to outwork you. That's what I've always wanted to do. So, ask Joe. I don't want to bring up the situation. Ask Joe, ask Charlamagne. I'm the first. They gave me the platter. Like, yo, this is what to do. I told both individuals. I said, not only did I tell them, I told them exactly where it came from. Because I'm not in cahoots with no one. I didn't only give them the info. I told them exactly where it came from. Yo, remember this dude? Okay, he's the one behind it. Of course. It's not just the info. Where is it coming from? So again, I know this necessarily isn't like...
Now that's... Hey, let me tell you, right? You know why... And I don't want to sound redundant. Be redundant. Okay, I'm going to be redundant. I like watching shit twice so I could catch what I missed the first time. Now, this is what I didn't catch. This is what I didn't catch the first time. When people try to come when people try to come bring info on Charlamagne and various others, Joe Budden, all them people, Act told him what was going on, but also Act gave him the person who was saying the info. So if this mystery person who's trying to come at Act behind the scenes, if they won't tell him the person who's doing it, I had a couple hours. I didn't drop this live I didn't do none of this live when I first heard about the story. So I had a minute to think about this story and think about just what I was hearing. It's either two things. It's either it's either they know what's going on and they don't want to tell Ack and they behind it, or they don't know what's going on and they, I wasn't originally gonna say that, but I forgot what I was gonna say. They don't know what's going on to a certain degree. Like how can I articulate it? You know how when you find out something but you don't know directly, like you know the vicinity but you don't know directly where it's coming from. That's why I think the situation is a little bit like they know they either know what's going on. Let's keep it real. They either it's coming from Jay-Z and they can't say nothing, or it's coming from because this is the one thing I feel like academics didn't take into consideration. In this industry, people talk, and there's gonna be a lot of people to come and go and say this and that. So maybe like we're gonna this story is gonna keep um this story is gonna keep the story's not going anywhere. And this is definitely a thing. Now how vocal Ack will be with what's going on with this from here on in, I don't know. But this is definitely a thing. And I'm gonna let Ack finish saying what he was saying. Like,
I don't even feel like it's at me, but I'm telling, and I've said this multiple times, my people who I rock with, it's like my little crew. I defend them. I do defend them. And I'm not saying they're perfect, but I do defend them. And I'm not going to fight for some, separate yourself. No, I'm fuck with these guys. But also, my point is that the only thing I'm taking personal, because I don't think me and Charlamagne have an issue or whoever, even though I think this might be a bigger Rock Nation thing, which I think is going to be aimed at me. But like me and Charlamagne don't have an issue. But my thing with Charlamagne is that, Charlamagne, if you're saying that my people are being targeted, from where? Because I think that warning was like, hey, back up from your people. We're trying to blitz them. And I'm like, I'm not backing up from him. Nigga, you gonna have to blitz me too. Nigga, it's like him hitting me like, yo, Ack, get out the car. Just get out the car. Yo, Ack, you in the car with them niggas? Word? Yo, you ain't get to 84th. You ain't get to 84th and Malcolm Junior Boulevard yet, right? All right, yo, just get out the car. Don't get out the car. And I think Charlamagne expected me to be like, all right, I'm gonna just sneak out the car and let my guys go get Swiss cheese. Fuck no. I'm in this bitch. So that's me. I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm a loyal nigga. So me, I'm looking at like I'm trying to figure out. And trust me, I was sad this whole week. I don't like Grand Connor getting that Charlamagne. I don't like it. But niggas is trying to figure out who's behind this shit. And Charlamagne got all the info. And he said he don't know where it came from. How are they so comfortable? How is the ops comfortable with giving you the info? If you're not with the ops, right? It's a simple math. How are if Jeremy gets the info, that nigga is a gay dweeb. I've been on his head. We got much more on him. Now, matter of fact, I've been on his head recently. Just tell him better duck. Straight up. No violence. But still, we got him on candid camera. Don't worry about it. But the point is this.
Let's do this.
Lift up your shirt. By measuring gut activity consigned to...
I'm trying to figure out where this is coming from, because even though there's...
all right, man. We're about to get out of here. I don't think we covered the THF situation or the Gills Arena situation. We might get to that the next episode. Yeah, man, but we got a chance to cover a few things. Like I said, the next episode we'll be covering a little bit of more of the same. I wanna get us to watch something, maybe a movie or some shit, like an interview or some shit. But I haven't been seeing really nothing. Something on maybe like reptilians or something interesting. I don't know. Yeah, man. So that's our show. I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to the wonderful people at YouTube, X-Men Rico, 16 Shot on Visuals, DJ Academics. We out of here.